Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Here at Don Carter State Park, there are a lot of camping facilities. I think there's 43. They're all paved, as you can see. And the only thing is they're a little bit close compared to some other camping areas, but it is a very nice place. They have got pool facilities. They've got electricity, water, and gray water discharge. There are several areas in this campground that have restrooms and showers. In the men's there's 2 showers, and the women's 2 showers, and they have a family that has a shower in it. So there's a lot of convenience here to the campground, and you'll see that it's pretty full today. There are a lot of trails around here to walk around the Chattahoochee. And you can see the labeled real well which way to go. And you have a few creeks around when you're walking the trails. Here on our hiking trail we got another bridge. And here's a day use area that is really nice. Everything is well maintained and very clean. This is Don Clark State Park up here. As I was saying, this is north of Gainesville. About, I would say, about 10 miles north of Gainesville. Here at the Don Carter campground here just north of Gainesville. Nothing like a good fire at night to kind of warm you up on a cold night. It's definitely keep you warm on a cold afternoon in October. The Don Carter campground has some of the neatest things for the children to do, like this slide is, I'll show you right here, looks like a hollowed out log. That is so cute. And then over here are these things they can climb that look like trees. And then here's a seesaw that looks like a bug. The kids, I think, will totally enjoy this campground because there's so many unique things for them to play on. In the summer, this is where you can go swimming and also rent kayaks and canoes at this area. It has a nice sandy beach here, and the scenery around here is just absolutely beautiful. And they have a few picnic tables around here and some grills, like here's a grill, there are the picnic tables. I'll shoot one right up there in the woods. Then it's got this pavilion right here that's sheltered. Also has a big cooking area right over there. Let me get in on that. So this is really a nice state park, and then the restrooms you can see back there in the back. So if you get a chance, hour, 15 minutes from Monroe, you could come here and enjoy Don Carter State Park. When you travel around, you see all kinds of guards for trailer hitches. We're at the A.H. Stevens State Park, not far out of Washington, Georgia, and not too far off of Interstate 20. And it's a very nice campground. One thing that's unique about this campground is right in the center of it is this what I call a light tower, but it was actually designed to put water so they'd have water pressure to the different sites around here. This is a distant shot of the campground, and you see the tower there in the center. As you can hear, this is really a quiet campground. This is my second time here, and it is a very quiet campground. If you like to walk, there's some paved roads in the area that are really nice to walk on, and there is just no traffic on these paved roads, so you can just have a good time. Big wide area to walk on. And this is the fire and water tower. Inside the tower here was a manager's room. Very small, but of course this tower is not the biggest thing. But this was FDR, the CCC built this, and that's why its picture is here. Quite a few steps to get up through here. Go out the door here and look down, and then we'll look up. And as we come up, here's the water container. See up here, I don't know if you can get a very good look at it, but the water container, and this is where the water was brought up here, and then then going from here down gave the pressure to all the residents around. And this is up at the top looking down on the water tank. As you can see, this thing was huge. And this was the firefinders that they use this as observation to look for fires. And as you can see, I'm going to look out each one of the windows. I mean, the view from up here is just fantastic here over the campground. And we'll zoom in over there on our camper. This is fabulous to be able to come up. They don't unlock this. Very seldom is it unlocked. So we really think this is a privilege today to be able to come up in the tower here at H. Stevens campground. Trying to give you an idea of this little viewing area up here at the top. It's not very big, but it does give you a nice view. And then as you look down, just the next floor is, as you can see down there, is the top of the water tank right there. This is just a fabulous view from up here. I've been at this campground before, about 3 years ago, and just didn't realize what a view you could get from this tower. Well, I counted 66 steps up to the top of this tower. And of course, this was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC. And this is the outfit that they had. Basically, blue jean shirt and a blue jean hat. This is the way it should be for government money, is you have to work to get it. This was a great concept. To get people working. This is March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and we're downtown Washington, Georgia, and as you can see, they've got their fountain here all green for the occasion. And just had to show you they've got the greenest grass for the occasion too, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. there are antique shops also around. And here's another antique shop with a lot of goodies here. Now, if you're in Washington and want to eat, a very unique place is the Hot Box. It's basically in a parking lot right here. Let me show you. Here's the parking lot. You can't miss it. It's bright yellow, and you can eat outside. So I would highly recommend you coming and checking this place out. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment. This is Paul Mullins, and I just had the brisket sandwich here, and I'm going to turn it over to the head man here, and he's going to tell you about a little more what they have to offer.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hot Box in downtown Washington. Hope y'all can come visit us sometime. We are so proud of our customers. We have wonderful 5-star reviews for everything from our brisket tacos, our grilled and blackened salmon, wonderful power salads. So follow your taste buds. Take a look at our menu. It's online on Facebook, the Hot Box Washington, Google, and Yelp, and we welcome you to come visit us. Thank you.
And I highly recommend it. Thank you. And the murals here in this town are really fabulous. They're very well made, very creative, and they're all around in the different buildings here in town. This is Ace Hardware, and as you can see, it's set up like the old Ace Hardwares from back in the 50s and 60s. The paint up there.
Thank you.
And this Ace Hardware here in Washington, Georgia has got the newest stuff and all, and then they've got things in here that I haven't seen in a long time. I believe if you had a old plumbing problem or something from back in the 50s or 60s, I'm pretty sure they could really get that solved for you. But this just reminds you of the way the stores were back in the 50s and 60s. And I just found out that this particular store was the #1 Ace Hardware in Georgia. This was the first Ace Hardware that opened in Georgia. Fitzpatrick Hotel, 1898. This hotel had two entrances. It had the main entrance, and then it also had an entrance for the ladies of the night to come in and be unseen. So it's got a lot of history here at this hotel. Hope you've enjoyed this tour of Washington, Georgia. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Wills Lacrosse, and we're having the tulip field here in Georgia. We have planted 21,000 tulips to see if we can light up the spring for flowers this year. It's an experiment in terror. It took us 2 weeks to plant all these tulips. We ordered them from Amsterdam. We also received several from Texas, from Texas Tulips. And so we planted them in this field 6 inches apart, and it was a horrible thing to do because it was muddy and wet in the winter when we planted them in between Christmas and New Year's. But as you can see right now, it's just a beautiful field. We're real excited about them. We're going to open up the field for everyone to buy their tulips next weekend, or this coming up weekend, which will be March 26th, Saturday and Sunday, from 10 to 4. There's a chance we might be open the following week depending on whether the tulips last or not. So if you're out and about, or you're a tulip lover like we are, then come on by and check out our tulip field. We are located at 5185 Bice Road. That's B-U-I-C-E, Bice Road, and we're in Johns Creek. Google is on Google Maps. It's real easily identified in Google Maps. So if you have Google Maps, it'll take you right here to the field. We have ample parking, and there's a $3 entry fee into the field for picture taking. We have a fire pit that I'm sitting right next to. We have an angel and a park bench that you can take pictures of the family, and the tulips are $2.50 per tulip. So come on down.
Okay, and I just drove here from Monroe, so about an hour and 10-minute drive will get you here.
Right, from Monroe it's about an hour and 10 minutes, and be a nice Sunday or a nice Saturday drive. So come on by. We've grown sunflowers in the summer. We're trying tulips this spring.
All righty. Thank you, Mr. LaCrosse.
Oh, you're welcome. Welcome.
This is a Mustang with a 289 engine. Very good shape. You don't see many of these around. This is a Viper. You see the snake head on the front. Hanging on that. This car didn't have side glasses that would roll up. They were plastic ones that went in place and had a cloth top, but it would really run. Didn't have a lot of room for a trunk either, but it was a very sporty car in its time. This is a 1969 Shelby. This was a very hot car in its day. If you notice, they used the snake. Let me kind of get under here too on the Shelby. Had the air intakes back here by the door. This is a 1966 Shelby Cobra. This was a very fast car also. This even had Cobra on the engine. And again, it had this kind of was the era of snakes as the symbol. I mean, they were fast. 427 engine in it. Two passenger. Floor mats had the Cobra on them. And of course on the dash there you had the Cobra. This is a Pontiac Firebird. It had a 400 cubic inch engine and 1967. Now, it didn't have a snake on it. It had the big bird there at the front. This was a 1985 Toyota Supra. It also, in its day, was a pretty powerful car. It was very sleek looking. The headlights, as you can see right here, they popped up. They folded into the body and then they popped up when you turned them on. 69 Chevy Super Sports Nova. And this is a 71 Chevy Nova. In very good shape. Paint job is really incredible on this thing. I'm going to zoom in here and let you see. That is a fabulous paint job on this car. And this is a 2008 Shelby GT Mustang. Beautiful Chevy Bel Air. Original color. One of my favorite colors back that time was red interior and red body with a white top and trunk. Very neat paint job back then. You can see there's just a lot of beautiful trucks, cars here at this show, and the weather is just perfect. This is a Mustang. This is a 65. There's a neat paint job on it. You don't see many of these. The Lincoln Continental Town Car, 1977. That was probably the largest car, or close to the largest car ever made. They were fantastic. Had a fantastic ride. There sure are a lot of Chevy Super Sports on display here at the car show. I didn't mention that we are downtown Monroe, and this is March the 19th. And this was postponed. It was supposed to be last week, but the weather was terrible, and so they put it off a week, and I'm sure glad they did, because, I mean, it's just perfect weather to show all of these vehicles. Now, that is a different paint job, green and yellow. Chevrolet station wagon. And notice how the back glass was back then, how it curved around. This was unique during that time. I think this is about a 55. Let me get up here and look. But yeah, it's 55. Got 3 deuces too. This is really fixed up. Now, this is the first one of these I've seen, is a Shelby Super Snake GT 500. And there's an Avante. That was a really unique sports car in its time. Okay.
1963 Avante. It's all original. It's got an R2 supercharger on it from the factory. It has a built-in roll bar. They only made them from 1963 to 1964. And it was at that time in 1963 the fastest production car in the United States. It was tested at Bonneville Salt Flats and it would do 179 miles an hour.
Wow, that was fast back then, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
It was. I forgot who manufactured this.
Studebaker.
Studebaker. That's what I was thinking. Studebaker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Studebaker.
And they were so far ahead of their time. They just.
Yes, they were. They sure
Yeah,
were.
we're just this fabulous car.
I didn't front end and the actually the back fenders and all and the fenders. That's just they're just beautiful cars.
All this design.
Oh, this Super Sports were really fun. Do you notice those two big 4-barrel carburetors on top? And this is a 1966 Chevelle Super Sports. This is a 1928 Ford Model A. The Model A came after the Model T. The Model T was the first production car that Ford made, and up until the Model T, people could not afford a vehicle, and with that going to mass production, it made it so people could afford a vehicle. And up until that time, the electric car was the #1 selling car. There were more electric cars built than gasoline cars. But when Ford mass produced the Model T, then that stopped the pricing of the electrics, so they were priced out of business. And of course, everybody remembers 57. Everybody back in 57 to 58, in that era, everybody wanted a 57. This was the sleekest car probably ever built, and had more reviews about it than any vehicle.
Brody, you throwing it on?
No. Take it, I still.
This is a 56 Chevrolet. Let me correct myself, this is a 55. 55 and 56 were very similar. And here's another Avante, 1963. Again, it had a all fiberglass body, had a roll bar, had disc brakes. These were all new for that era. Made by the Studebaker Company. Very classy car.
My old congressman from Tennessee, East Tennessee, 30 years.
Just sold it. Yeah, because we had our own fire.
They said, and they were saying,
It's a 1976 Checker cab. Really, they were made for the Checker Cab Company. And as you look, they were kind of made like a limousine. If you notice how big the back door was, it was so the people could get in and out really easy, and there was just all kinds of leg room. I don't know if you can see if I do my camera in here, but look at the leg room right there. Fabulous. They also had huge trunks because they were picking people up at the airport or at the hotel, and they had their luggage and all. And so they were specially designed just to transport people and their luggage from the airport to the hotel to the conference, whatever. They were a fabulous car made by the Checker Cab Company. And another Mustang. That Chevrolet truck. Ah, that one's for sale, so if you want your older model Chevrolet truck, you can come here and buy you one. This is a 1929 T-Bucket. I mean, this isn't anything like the original car, but this is fabulous. I mean, total engine's been completely, a new engine put in it and all, and just a little bit of the body is all that's left of the T-model. They have done a fabulous job on fixing this up. This is 1923 T-Bucket, also been customized. Look at the size of those back tires. Hey, and if you want a fixer-upper right here, there's one for you. Now that Volkswagen is definitely set up for camping. Had the ice chest, the gas, the board, and probably's got a Coleman stove or something right there in the front. This is a 1939 Ford Coupe. Looks very similar to the one my dad had. He had a 1937, and it was a four-door, and there was so much room between the back seat and the front seat that you could sit down, and then a person could actually lay down across the front, and your legs wouldn't touch them. Brings back a lot of old memories. A lot of Chevrolet and Ford trucks. You just don't see the Dodge trucks. 57, and then this looks like an Oldsmobile. Over here, yeah, 57 Oldsmobile. I like the little strip of red in there as accent. And this is a Volkswagen bus. We had one of these as a camper when I was growing up. We went many miles in it. We went all through Texas, up into Dakotas, Colorado, then swung up into Canada, and then we went north through Canada, up into the Yukon Territory, and basically ran out of time. We were going to go to Alaska, and we just didn't make it. But that was a fun vehicle. In other words, you started, you shifted into fourth gear, and you kept it full-boarded the whole time. And fastest ours would go was 60 miles an hour. So you get in the thing, floorboarded, do 60 miles an hour, and it's the only engine I know of that could run full blast for a whole day and it didn't hurt the engine. It could just keep running and running. We got us another Model A here. This is a fixer-upper. We did another shot down Court Street. All the cars, every color you can think of. This is a Chevy SSR. It's 2004. This was probably the sportiest truck that's ever been made. Just a little bit, so I think I'm going to go get the drone and see if I can fly over and get some drone shots. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Sorry.
These Chevrolets have really been lowered. Two of them here, single cab and a double cab.
Green one under. That's how we don't have. They had the old. They used to want to ride chairs in it.
Well, I'm right here at the Edgewood Candler Park Station waiting on the subway so we can go downtown and get to the big car show.
We just got off of MARTA and we're headed now to the Atlanta International Auto Show, the 40th. It's been going on a good while. Well, we've just entered the car show here in Atlanta, and so we're going to give you a little aerial view of everything. Vehicle we see as we come in is the Ford Bronco. This particular one is $30,000. It's got a nice design now. I'm kind of go around so you can kind of see what it looks like. It's up to you guys. Chelsea, welcome. It's a Bronco Sport. Here's another Bronco Sport. This one happens to be $41,180, and kind of give you a shot of it. It does have the combination here that to get into, no key, and then has a nice dash. Very nice looking SUV.
$40,000, the one that you see here, Platinum. This one's more closer to $90,000. Now there's two battery sizes. The regular size battery is a 230-mile range. The extended battery is a 300-mile range. You're looking at 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds, 563 horsepower with 775 pound-feet of near instantaneous torque. Towing capacity is up to 10,000 pounds with a 2,000-pound payload. And inside you'll see that there's a Sync 4 system. Later this year we're going to give the ability to update to Blue Cruise, which is Ford's hands-free driving experience, and that's good for over 100,000 miles of highway in North America. And the other thing I want to point out is the front trunk that can store up to 400 pounds.
And is it four-wheel drive?
Yes.
Four-wheel drive.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's two motors on the vehicle, one on each axle.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. This Mustang Mach-E, E standing for electric, is an all-electric. It's got a rating of 82 miles per equivalent gallon of gas. As you can see, very sporty car. Got the plug-in is up here on the left front fender, and we're going to swing around and let you see the front, which is a very modern design. The way they've got this front, it does look a lot like a Tesla model from 2012 to 2017. Had a similar look, so very sporty car. This is a Toyota Sienna, 34,560. This is pretty well decked out, and it's really not a bad looking van. A lot of interest around it today. This is a Toyota Tundra. Its rating is average of 20 miles per gallon. Has a very sporty front. And if you put your phone on this QR code, you can get a lot more information on this Toyota Tundra.
I hope you all are enjoying your time here at the Atlanta Auto Show. Just giving you a few heads up of some of the things we got going on in the vehicle. Of course, we have the new vehicles for the 2022 or 2000. We have no less than 3 Tundras on the floor, so definitely come check out what has been going on with the Tundra. Brand new powertrain, 387 foot-pounds of torque, and and 379 horsepower, 387 foot-pounds of torque. In addition to that, we also have tons of other features. 6.5 foot bed, 8 foot bed on the double. The world is your oyster. In addition to that, we also have the Corolla Cross being featured here. It's towards the back of our display, so definitely check that out if you want a cost-effective yet very mighty compact SUV. And then, of course, we have all the vehicles you know so well, like the Camry, the Corolla, even the Prius. So come on down to Toyota, check out what we've got. If you have any questions, you can ask myself or anybody else on the show floor, and let's go places with Toyota.
Again, you can scan the symbol and get more information on the RAV4, but this one is 26,525. It's a nice looking vehicle. It's the best selling SUV. It is a nice size SUV. It has quite a bit of space here in the trunk. And of course the seats let down, so you can probably use it for a bed. You can put the seats down. As you can see, there are a lot of different sizes, shapes, and models of Toyotas. But they don't have an all-electric now. It'll be coming out sometime in the middle to late 2022, and it will be about the size of a RAV4. This is a Corolla. This is $20,075. Very nice looking car. This is a Prius. It's a hybrid, and they've been making the Prius for a long time. Very economical car. As you can see, it gets 52 equivalent miles to the gallon using both. They are plug-ins. I think they can go about 40 miles on a plug before the gasoline kicks in. But this hybrid, in 2012, somewhere around there is when they came out with the Prius hybrid, and they've been making quite a few of them. I thought this was interesting. This is the generations of Broncos. This was 1966 through 77, and then the second generation was 78 through 79. Third generation was 1980 to 86. Fourth generation, 87 through 91. Fifth generation, 92 to 96. And then the last generation, sixth generation, is 21 to current.
So I didn't place mine. You know, it opened up.
This is the Kia GT, just under 30,000. This is a premium Neo all-electric. It's 46,000. By Kia. Of course, this is the auxiliary battery here. This runs the air conditioning, the fans, lights, and that stuff. And then there's a big battery pack on the floor that actually runs the motor. And then the plug-in is right here at the front.
And the specs seats.
Back seats laid down too. This is really a sporty Kia. Look at these tail lights on this thing. It's electric. It's EV6. This electric has a 274 mile range, which that's optimum range on all these electrics. They're usually less than that because if you have the air conditioning running or the heater running, it does take away from the battery pack, which reduces the range. This is the new Z car from Nissan. They have really refined this, and it's very sporty looking.
Try and look at it.
This is the Aria. This is the new Leaf all electric. This is a upgrade from, I'm saying this is an upgrade from the Leaf. This is a Nissan Aria, which is all electric and very sporty looking. I don't see a price on it, but it's larger than the Leaf. But this is their new all electric. As you can see, Aria.
I want to definitely mention the new Aria. The new Aria is coming out in the fall of this year. It's a fully electric crossover.
This is with the Plus. You get the 226, but with the regular battery, you've got 150 miles on charge. And it looks just like mine. And as you can see, it's equivalent. It's like 104 miles to a gallon, and it's up to the Plus is up to 226 again in an electric. That is not your range. That's if you feather footed and don't have on the air conditioning and don't have the heating on. More likely the range is probably closer to 200 miles, but that's still a good range on an electric vehicle. This is a Nissan Frontier. In this Frontier, I do like these little side lights that help light up the bed. That's a real neat feature. I like that. And then it also has the back lights.
They don't have my color. Oh, they're just biased. That's not okay.
These are all the different colors that the Chevrolet SUVs, trucks, cars come in. So you can get one about any color you want. And these are all the different Chevrolets. I'm going to get the camera up so you can see, but there are a lot. This is Chevy Colorado. It's got a combined of 19 miles per gallon. At today's prices, it costs you something to drive this vehicle. Probably, let's see, at 19 miles a gallon, it would probably, at today's prices of $4.25, probably about 25 cents per mile to drive it. LTD, and oh my goodness, it gets 14 miles a gallon. That would probably cost you probably 32, 33 cents a mile to drive this one at today's prices. us by their running lights. It looks like a check mark. Notice all of them. They have the grill that goes from the hood down to the bumper, and then they have the check mark for the headlights. And here we got the Jeeps. Most of these here are the dual cab, and also the trucks, the Ram trucks. This beautiful Ram truck is about $70,000. So that's a lot. Now from what we're hearing, you could buy a Cybertruck for around 60. It would have about a 500-mile range. So I consider a thing. And this is a hybrid Jeep.
Yeah, that's new there.
This is new.
Oh, that's a good price. Yeah. Because the Pacific was brand new, I'm like 50. So this is only 37. That's a good deal.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here at Jeep. My name is Brett, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Grand Cherokee. So for the past 30 years, the Jeep Grand Cherokee has become the most awarded SUV in history, earning countless industry accolades and taking more than 7 million people from around the world on some incredible journeys. Now we're excited to introduce you to the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE, which is Jeep's first ever plug-in hybrid electric Grand Cherokee. It is the greenest, most technologically advanced, and most capable Grand Cherokee we've ever made. In fact, we rate best in class in capability and an electric range, and that's thanks to our advanced new powertrain, which combines 2 lithium-ion batteries, 2 electric motors, a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and allows you to get 375 horsepower and an impressive 470 pound-feet of torque. Now, whenever you want to plug it in.
This was interesting to me is this company now makes all of these cars that was really an education to me. Let me correct myself. They're still made by Jeep, Dodge, Ram, whatever. But this company now showrooms all of these vehicles, and also I'm pretty sure works on them. So there you can click on this, and it'll take you to their showrooms. I hope you've enjoyed this tour through the Atlanta International Car Show. This was the 40th year. We've been covering it for quite a few years, and there's a lot of beautiful vehicles here, a lot of hybrids now, and more and more of them are going to electrics. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.